Today I'm talking about moral scrupulosity, an OCD theme, what it is, and how to treat it. Hi, I'm Paige Pradko. Welcome to Therapy for a Better Life. Before I get started, I would love to ask you for your support in sharing mental health information. You can help me in that by subscribing to the channel or liking the videos, sharing the videos, leaving comments and questions. All of that activity helps the videos to be seen by others. I appreciate your support. Now, today's topic, moral scrupulosity. Moral scrupulosity is an OCD theme where the obsessions and compulsions are all centered around whether or not you're a good person. Religious scrupulosity in that theme is more about religious and spiritual beliefs, but this moral scrupulosity is more about whether or not you're a good person. Now, there's excess concerns here when a person who identifies themselves really as a good person. They try very hard to be a good person in life. It's part of their identity. And when they have OCD with this theme and they have a intrusive thought that is considered by them to be horrible, like a shocking thought, this kind of thought can create any means possible that they want to try to prove this thought does not mean that they're a bad person. And so different compulsive behaviors can begin. I'll get into that in a moment. But these thoughts are very shameful for the person that has moral scrupulosity, very bothersome. Some of the thoughts can be also about past events. Now, the past events may be things that they feel like they did wrong, like maybe they feel like they cheated on a test or they mistreated somebody. Sometimes the past events can be false memories. They're not always true, actual past events. Now, people with moral scrupulosity are typically very honest people. They follow the rules. They care about being a good person and doing the right thing. And they really do fear people rejecting them if they knew that they had these terrible intrusive thoughts. I see this theme mixed in with a lot of different OCD themes. In fact, I think it's one of the most common themes that I see because it is all mixed in with other themes with OCD. Now, you might ask, what are the compulsions with moral scrupulosity? The compulsions they vary quite a bit. There will be possibly a lot of reassurance seeking. There might be a lot of confessing. I see that a lot. Mental checking. If you are interested in more about what mental compulsions are and what to do about it, I'm going to leave a link to a video I did on mental compulsions. But it involves things like ruminating, analyzing, going back over, mental checking, neutralizing thoughts where I have a bad thought, now I need to put in a good thought. Those are types of mental compulsions. There are more kinds of compulsions with moral scrupulosity, including maybe excess apologizing, sometimes self-punishment. There might be where there is this excessive generosity, this altruism, caring beyond what a normal person does. And sometimes it can get mixed in, like I said, with other OCD themes. For example, with contamination, we can get that involved with moral scrupulosity as I have to clean everything for the care and safety of my family members. Now, at the core of every OCD theme is this misguided need for certainty. Now, people with a particular theme, they really care about certainty in their theme, But if you look at other areas of their life, they're okay with some uncertainty in other areas of their life, but they really want certainty in their area. So if you think of moral scrupulosity, how do you get certainty in moral scrupulosity? Because your moral judgments are in your head. And this is another reason why so much of the compulsions are also in your head with mental compulsions. Now, ERP is the most effective way to treat OCD. And in ERP, we expose ourselves to our obsessive thoughts, and then we do not do any of the compulsive behaviors. So let's talk about what this might look like with moral scrupulosity. We are going to expose ourselves to our OCD story, our obsessive thoughts, these moral scrupulous thoughts that we may not be a good person. And we're going to expose ourselves in different ways. We might do ERP scripts where we tell the story and we record it and we listen to it over and over again. If you'd like more information on how to do a script, I'll leave a link for that video as well. I've had a lot of good feedback on the script video, and you might find it helpful. We can also have our intrusive thoughts on purpose as an exposure, and then of course not do any of the compulsive behaviors. We may also want to go to a certain location where we are triggered with our intrusive thought, or maybe be by different people that trigger that intrusive thought. And then with moral scrupulosity, our response prevention is not only not doing any of the compulsions, but it's actually behaving as if we were a person that really wasn't concerned about our moral character. We were completely comfortable with our moral character. Okay, so John Hirschfield gives a good example here. He said, imagine a person with contamination OCD. In order to do ERP, they are getting themselves contaminated or dirty, and then they are behaving as if they are not contaminated and dirty, and they're going around and they're touching everything in their house. So the same goes for a person with moral scrupulosity. They are going to have a thought and make themselves feel morally contaminated, dirty, right? And then they are going to act as if they're not concerned about it, as if they have no problem whatsoever with their moral character. They're perfectly comfortable with their moral character because their worth is just, not up for debate. So I hope that this gave you some information about what moral scrupulosity is. It is very common OCD theme. It is often mixed in with other themes, and we have to do ERP in order to treat moral scrupulosity. So I hope it was helpful information. Until next time, I will see you in session. Take care. Bye-bye.